Hey there, darlings. Welcome back to the Farmer's Table. My name is Jess if you're new here, and I'm so glad you're here. If you're not new here, I'm also glad you are here in my kitchen where I'm about to make something very simple but very, very delicious. This week I'm going to be putting up a few extremely simple, easy to make garden to table recipes that are things I have thoroughly loved making. I love sharing with people during this very season when the garden is producing some of my favorite foods like fresh tomatoes and peppers. So make sure please that you are subscribed so you do not miss out on any of these things. I'm sorry y'all can hear my dog. He's sitting here at my feet panting loudly because we were just out in the garden. All right, right here I have the makings of something absolutely delightful. Here in the South, this is called bruschetta. The actual pronunciation, which this isn't Italian in origin, is bruschetta. If I say either one to many people around here, they would say, what? So it's essentially such a simple way to eat garden fresh tomatoes that you almost can't believe that it tastes as good as it does. This is a long fermented sourdough, and I can eat a little bit of long fermented sourdough, but I ate this for lunch yesterday, which is what made me think I should make a video of this and share it with you guys. So today I'm going to make this and show it to you, and I'm going to refrain from enjoying it. I'll call my Benjamin, my tomato lover, in. He offered when I said I'm gonna make this video but I can't eat this stuff, and he's like, I'll come eat it. Such a selfless boy. Alright, so we're just gonna make one serving of this. You can scale this up or down however you like and make as much as you want. The first thing you're going to need is some good crusty bread. I love sourdough for this. You can just use regular bread, but I find like a heartier, more substantial crusty bread does do better. You can just get a French loaf or something like that at the store, or of course if you have sourdough, it really shines here. And you want to cut your slices however many people you're serving, and you may want more than one per person, just at a normal slice thickness. Heat 1 tablespoon or so of olive oil in a pan. Now back over here I have a few different types of tomatoes. Now I am admittedly something of a tomato snob, it's true. I love a homegrown tomato, and I have often said that store-bought tomatoes taste like disappointment. I understand not everybody has a garden though. I do think that if you're going to be eating any dish like this with raw tomatoes, you're going to get the best flavor if you buy like a really good heirloom slicer, especially if you can find a local tomatoes. If you are purchasing store-bought tomatoes and you want flavor that packs a punch, I actually think the little packages of cherry tomatoes are a really great way to go, and you can totally use cherry tomatoes for this recipe. Just like cut them in halves or fourths, whatever you prefer size-wise. If you are using slicers, I think that it's really great to cut a few different ones so that you have some variety in the flavor. Obviously, if you're not making this for multiple people, that might be wasteful. As it is, while I can't eat the bread, I will totally just eat the tomatoes with a spoon. So I'm going to mix a couple of varieties up here. Now once our olive oil is hot over medium heat, I might have let this get a tiny bit too hot. We want to put our bread in the pan, and we want to watch this because it will cook quickly, and we're just toasting it on both sides until it's golden. Depending on your stove, this literally takes like maybe 30 or 45 seconds per side. It does not take very long at all. Alright, I'll put this on a plate and let it cool off enough to handle. Alright, back to our tomatoes. Got this lovely multicolored mix. We're going to have lots of different flavor profiles with those different tomatoes. This is still very good if you just use one kind of tomato. I've got some fresh basil here right out of the garden, and I'm going to take a few of these large leaves. How I cut basil: take them, roll them up just like this, and then let's thinly slice them. Okay, and take the whole pile and cut it once this way A nice sliced basil. I'm gonna add this in here. A good glug of olive oil, maybe about a tablespoon or so. Obviously that's gonna depend on how much you're making. And then a good hefty pinch of good salt. You can also add cracked black pepper to this if you like that. But that's it. Super simple. Usually I make the tomatoes and then fry the bread. I got a little hasty this time because I was excited to show you guys. So you do typically want to let the tomatoes sit for a few minutes so that the salt can do its work, and the salt basically makes the tomatoes release their juice. Once the bread is cooled off enough to handle, we're going to take a clove of garlic and cut kind of part of an end off to give you a flat surface. Just like this. And we're going to take this garlic and rub it all over this piece of toast. You can see that it's kind of rubbing off some on there. No large chunks, but it's definitely going to give this bread a very garlicky flavor. It is that easy. I told you guys this was easy, but it's so good. Now, since we did salt this, there is like quite a lot of juice in there. Typically what I do is I try to just get the tomatoes without as much of the juice so that it doesn't make the bread soggy. And we're just gonna pile this up on here. It's gonna fall off a little bit, that's okay. There we go. Beautiful, easy, simple, seasonal food. Now, there are a few things that you can do here to elevate this. As it is, this is completely delicious. So, so good. You're gonna wanna eat it a lot. But you can roast a whole head of garlic and take the soft cloves and smear it on the bread instead of rubbing the raw clove on there if you want more like caramelized garlic flavor. Caramelized onions is really good with this. A soft cheese like a brie sliced thin and layered underneath the tomatoes is going to add some oomph to it, add some substance to it. Another really great thing is to take like a balsamic vinegar glaze, or if you have a thick vinegar like a Denisimo vinegar, you can drizzle that on top, and of course that goes well with these flavors. But this is kind of the most basic application, but it's so good. I've got to go get my taste tester, and he's in the treehouse, which means I have to climb a ladder, and I'm probably going to be out of breath when I get back. But we got to get the taste tested. All right, so my taste tester has been acquired. This is Ben. This is my youngest son. You know, some of these people might not have met you because this is for the farmer's table. This isn't for Roots and Refuge. So, can you say hi?
Hi.
Ben is my tomato lover of all my children, so he is going to taste test one of my favorite things. So you just pick it up and take a bite. It's like a toast with tomatoes on it.
Okay, YouTube, I'm about to try this.
It's kind of messy. Well, what are your thoughts, sir?
Very crunchy.
It is crunchy.
A little bit spicy.
A little bit spicy.
And very tomatoey.
And would you rate it on a scale to from 1 to 10?
I'll give it 9.
9 out of 10? Okay, I'll take that. What could make it better? Maybe less messy to eat?
And less crunchy.
Less crunchy, okay. So there's Ben's honest 9-year-old opinion. Oh, you want it? Okay. Well, that in itself is enough for me to say, okay, this is going well. All right, well, we hope that you guys will try bruschetta, whatever you call it. I hope you love it. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Bless you until next time.
We bless you until next time.